Welcome back to my channel. It's Christine Grace, and today we're going to be doing another reaction video. I'm going to be reacting today to the interview of Andrew Tate with Candace Owens. I'm a big Candace Owens fan, big fan of most of the people at Daily Wire, and I'm also a big Andrew Tate fan, so I'm really excited to get straight into this. So yeah, let's do it.
So
it's so funny that you say that, because it really does. Everything goes back to biology. I think about this all the time. No matter how much sociology is behind everything, telling men to act like women and women to act like men, at the end of the day, women want a masculine man. And when they don't have a masculine man and they beat their man into submission, they're not attracted to them anymore. When it's a tail in between, it's just not attractive anymore. And I used to maybe think of this boyfriend that I had when you were talking about, just defending the realm, this sort of responsibility that men have. And I remember sitting there realizing that I had to break up with him, because I thought that if somebody burst through the door with a gun, I was going to have to be the one that would have to defend us, because he was just such a flower.
100%.
And it's in society is yet blaring at men to do the opposite. And
they're trying to confuse us.
This is why I think you have a platform. This is my whole theory that I built in my head about why you have a platform, is because Lena Dunham came before you, right? And I think that for years, men were told to act like sissies. Men were told to put your tail between your legs. That was the message, the agreed upon message that came with, Hillary Clinton running, the Me Too movement, all of these things where men were basically told that if you have a masculine instinct, you're guilty. And then inevitably, because there is an equilibrium in this world,
the pendulum swings back.
Because there was Lena Dunham's, because there were the Taylor Swifts, because there was the girl squads, eventually what would have to happen was that it was going to have to be evened out by someone saying, no, F that, be a man.
Yeah, and I don't feel guilty for being a man, and I don't think any man should.
No, I don't think so either.
And I think that the most annoying thing about all of this is just how genuinely hypocritical it is. Because there's all this feminine movement, and we don't need men, and men don't matter, etc. That's
music too, men ain't the whole, it's a agreed upon message that men suck.
Absolutely, and it's only in the most favorable possible circumstances where females will say that. And that's what's so disingenuous about it, because as soon as things actually begin to get hard, the closer we get to the realities of life, the closer we get to the unfortunate circumstances of the world, and they exist in many places, the faster you'll see people look for traditional masculinity to protect them. So it's not even like it's a genuine belief. That's what's so upsetting about it, is that it's just, I don't know if these people are delusional or if they're deliberately hypocritical. I'm not sure.
There's the old saying, ignorance is bliss. I think the majority of people enjoy a docile existence because it means that they don't have to take responsibility and accountability over their own lives in order to take control of their lives. So I think when you have the majority of people who are like that, especially when they're bombarded with all of the media and seemingly propaganda that we're exposed to on a daily basis, then it makes the situation worse, and people are easily controlled, and that is a fact, and we have evidence of that people today are very easily controlled.
I think they're brainwashed. I think it's a two-prong approach. I think it's the cultural messaging, and also in the education system, they're actively learning that this feminism is what you need to aspire towards. Like when you get out of school, women, you should want to compete with men in climbing the corporate ladder. I actually think there's a mass brainwash that's taking place.
Well, completely. They want to neuter men, and the way you do that is to empower women to a point where they're now the dominant power, especially in the Western world. I believe we live in a matriarchy. I don't believe it's a patriarchy like we're told it is. I actually believe it's the other way around.
I agree. It's definitely not a patriarchy. However, I wouldn't say that it's a matriarchy, because matriarchy implies motherhood, and that kind of goes against everything that feminism stands for. Feminism is all about, well, if women don't want to be mothers, they don't have to be. And, it definitely doesn't promote the values of at least traditional motherhood. So yeah, I mean, women definitely have the loudest voices in society right now. There's much more female role models available to young females than there are male role models, at least good male role models that are available to young men. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a matriarchy, because the majority of these women are not mothers.
I can't think of a single law that benefits men over women, but I can certainly think of some that benefit women over men.
Facts.
I think it's very dangerous to be a man in the world today. I think that if women want to destroy a man, it's extremely easy to do. We can look at my current scenario and situation I'm in, and many other men are in the same scenario. I can't think of many examples of a man falsely accusing a woman of something and her losing her entire life, where I can certainly think of ones the other way around. So yeah, they want to turn men into eunuchs because their intention is to make us all slaves. And I say that, and people, It rolls off my tongue and people just hear it and they don't actually think about what I'm saying. Their intention is to turn men into eunuchs because they want to make us all slaves. I want you to actually understand exactly what I'm saying to you, because at the bottom line of revolution has always been young military-age males, and they don't want them to have enough balls or enough forward thinking or even enough care for anything outside of themselves to do something about it.
And I think they want women to be slaves as well. They're attacking the men because, like he says, it's young men of military age who you need to kind of target to have major control. But women are definitely being programmed to be slaves as well. They're being programmed that it's better to slave away for a career in a company that doesn't give two shits about you rather than to slave away, rather than to commit your life to a household, a family, etc., etc. Yeah, they want everyone to be slaves.
Another thing people don't understand is that a lot of these attacks and a lot of things they're trying to do with the culture, especially, they're trying to inject such innate selfishness inside of people that they don't really care about anything that happens outside of themselves. Because then it's very difficult to give a shit about your community. It's very difficult to have any kind of genuine care about your town or your country or an issue. No, they just want you to be self-absorbed, semi-depressed, because depressed people don't fight that hard, watching porn, living inside of your own mind, convinced that somehow you're oppressed for some reason, on the internet typing tweets.
And that's what they've got. Look around us. That's exactly what they've got.
That's what they want you to do. And they're going to try and keep you there. And genuine masculinity, yeah, to a degree it's protective, and to a degree also it has parameters. You can't be a man who doesn't say no. You can't be a man who doesn't have standards for himself and for people around him. I've got labeled as ultra misogynistic because I believe that a man should have standards in his relationship. I believe a man should avoid dishonest people, male and female. You should avoid, if you're a dishonest person, if you lie, if you're going to deceive me, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I was sitting talking on a panel show saying that women who are dishonest and promiscuous are not the kind of woman I'd ever want to associate with. And I was labeled misogynistic for that. So it's crazy how they'll attack you, and they'll attack you so violently and so endlessly and repeat it so many times in a bid to beat your soul down. That's what they want, especially from me. I truly believe I'm the #1 prize for them to get. If they can get me to just give up. If we can get Andrew Tate to just give up. Being a man's bad. Come on, Andrew, say it. And it's like, it's dangerous, one thing, but it's actually genuinely also sad. When I analyze the situation in the world we're in today, part of me feels sad that we've ended up in this place where the people who are in charge are so evil and their plans are so heinous and the consequences so dire that they know they can only implement them if they genuinely remove the warrior spirit from every man on the planet. Yeah. It's kind of sad.
And the warrior spirit is really important. And it's something that I speak about a lot, that men need to go be men. Even in capacity of my marriage, my husband needs his guy time. I need my girl time.
Yep.
The masculine and feminine, it's very important. The fact that my husband hunts and shoots and does.
Agreed. I had a conversation with a colleague about what I found attractive in my partner. And it was these various things: hunting, the ability to survive if shit hits the fan. And I remember my colleague was just kind of like, it's so outrageous. Like, it's outrageous. You don't need all of that in this day and age. But it's like, well, this is the first time in history, really, that we feel so comfortable to the point that we think shit's never going to hit the fan. So we've kind of disregarded masculine men because we're like, oh, we don't need them anymore. Even though we evidently do, because they literally keep our society going and contribute to all of the functions that make up our comfortable lives that we get to live. It's the men working in the sewers, and it's the men who are the engineers. It's the men that keep the things that we enjoy going. But yeah, I definitely have to agree. Masculine things are much more attractive than not masculine things.
These things, that's very attractive to me.
Yep.
To know that if the grocery stores faded away, that you could go catch dinner.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That he knows how to skin an animal.
Absolutely.
And they poison that. Look at the hunters. Look at the way they view hunters. They look at people in the South.
Yep.
This is why they know how to ranch. They know how to farm. They know how to survive on their own, which is why they start to poison that mentality, which is why I think it's really important that you're speaking to young men about why it is okay to be a man, giving them permission to be a man in a capacity that I can't give them that permission. In the same way that I try to give women the position to know that don't allow them to delude you to believing that this is femininity. It is not femininity, Lena, to have your husband offer your body to another man on camera. That's the poisoning. They teach women that this is sexual freedom, that this is sexual liberation. Yeah. I looked at that and I saw a slave relationship. I saw a master offering his slave to another person because he was just so "Oh, I just love Andrew Tate. Would you like to see with my wife? I would be okay with that." That is horrific.
And that is evidently true because they promote pornography, because they promote polygamy. It's like, oh, it's fine. But if the roles were reversed and it was a very traditional couple and the man was offering his wife to another man, everyone would be screaming misogyny. It's funny how almost everything a man does, women scream misogyny, but yet women who are screaming men are trash and all of the songs speak about how men are trash and how, oh, I don't need a boyfriend, and, you know, all of these double standards. No one screams misandry, even though it's literally rife in our culture. But hey, that is the state of the world that we live in. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this particular video. I think everything that was stated here was absolute facts, but I'm intrigued to know what you guys think too. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel over here. Over there, you'll find a series called Debunking the Lunacy that I've been working very hard on. The essence of it is in the name. We take a look at all of the insanity going on in society at the moment and we try to make some sense of it. We take a deep delve into the analysis of certain themes that I've noticed in popular culture at the moment. So yeah, if that sounds like something you'd be into, go check it out and I will see you over there.